Hey, the Thabreakmasta here, and this is gonna be my Hyouka episode 2 review. It's a good episode. We end up seeing a new character in this episode. We end up seeing some development between Oriki and Chitanda's relationship through this whole thing, and trying to see how everything goes. You'll see what I mean when I say this. But yeah. So Oriki, Hotaro, he ends up going to the classic clubs, club room and everything, and actually, what he says is that he's not really, he don't mind being there anymore. He actually, he likes just sitting there, just being chillaxing. That's all he really wants to do. That's all he really wants to do. He never really want to do anything else. He's a very low energy guy, like we all know at this point. And so he's like, he didn't mind actually eating there, even socializing with Chitanda, as long as it's low energy, nothing else going on. And so they end up having to go to the library because they have to go. They want to write this anthology um, thing for the cultural festival, the Kimiyara Cultural Festival, because that's gonna happen soon. So they're trying to get they need some books to read upon it so they can write their own cultural thing. And so they went to the library and they ended up meeting the new character that's in the series. Her name is Ibarra, Mayaka Ibarra, and she's assistant librarian. She's there just just to watch the library and wait for the actual librarian to come to take her place. So she's just sitting there and she's like, "Oh, it's you." So apparently Hotaro and Ibarra know each other, and they don't have that really kind of good relationship going on there. So yeah, then we end up seeing freaking Satoshi come in, and then this is where the whole story goes in with the whole mystery. So they end up having to talk about this mystery going on and everything. Apparently, there's 5 people and they keep getting this book, and they keep returning on the same exact day and the same exact time. And if they're wondering why they keep doing that, well, Satoshi, Chitanda, and Ibarra are wondering why, or Taro, he's like, you don't really care, but you know how Chitanda is like, "Oh, I'm interested," and she won't let him go. Like literally, he's like, she kept holding on to Taro's hand, and Taro had to end up trying to figure this out, man. So and this is what I say about the relationship kind of going on. He started feeling like he's like a puppet to her. He's like controlled. He can't say no to her for some reason. I don't know why. He feels like he's like a puppy. He's controlled. He's not really sure why, and he's a little annoyed by it and everything. And he's like, I don't know what to do. So he's going. He went along with everything she said actually. So he ended up using all his energy for this whole project. And so yeah, they ended up figuring out that the book that the 2 people kept taking, these girls, they're all girls by the way. That's what they ended up figuring out. They're all girls that kept having the book, and so she kind of ended up smelling the book, and the book smelled like paint thinner. And you're like, oh, what's that? And the thing is, no one else smelled it besides Chitanda because she has a really sharp nose. So there's like a little animation thingy that shows that she was a dog. It's stupid, but not stupid, but kind of it was funny. And so they end up he ends up thinking, he needs to go to the art class or his other class. So they end up going to art class, and apparently people were using it, holding the book to get painted by have their self portrait. So they're just holding the book. So that's why it smelled like paint thinner, and that's what the whole story was with the whole book. And so Kitano was all impressed. Even Ibarra, she don't really like him like that and everything. She got a little annoyed for the fact that he figured it out before he did, and she's been doing it. She's been trying to figure it out all day, and she's like, I hate it. And so yeah, so the end of the episode, this is where the cliffhanger ends. This right here is really interesting. We end up Hotaro ends up getting a call from Chitanda, and Chitanda said, "I got something important to tell you. So we need to meet up." And it's on a Sunday too. So she ended up waking him up out of his sleep. He's all lazy like. So I mean, that right there alone was like a red flag. So yeah, they end up meeting at this little cafe. He's just drinking some coffee, and apparently Chitanda was late. And he's like, you didn't understand why he was late. She's the one that invited him. So, yeah, but she ends up coming. She's all like out of breath because she must have ran. And so then they just sat there, and Hataru's like, "You got something to tell me? Like, what's going on?" And she's like, "I don't." And so Hataru's like, "I'm leaving. You wasting my time. This is my precious Sunday. You wasting my time. You're just sitting. I don't want to do this." And so he's like, "No. I got something important to tell you. Like, just please sit down. I'm just nervous." And he's like, "Nervous, and." So what, you're gonna try to confess to me or something? And he just sat there all chilled back and stuff. And then Kitana's like, well, it's something like that. And then Totoro's like, oh, And that's how the episode basically ends off with them just looking at each other like, and also within this episode, she kind of kept saying, if it's him, that means I might be able to. I'm wondering what that means. Like, what does she mean by I might be able to? Like, what can Hotaru do for her exactly? That's what she's asking. I'm curious. So, guess wait until the next episode for this and see what's gonna what progresses in this. If they're just gonna go out or what. So I'm curious what the answer is, or what she's gonna actually tell Hotaru, because maybe it's not really a I love you kind of confession. Maybe some other kind of confession or something. Maybe she's from another planet. I don't know. You know how anime is. So leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this episode. Like this review and subscribe to my channel for some more Hyouka reviews. This is my Hyouka review. Until then.